So that time has come when there is a need for flexibility, and this flexibility is increasing and creating a lot of opportunity for the growth and innovation at the national as well as state level in India. So India is increasingly need to have a broaden and focus power system flexibilities which are coming up from thermal and by all other sources, and this flexibility which are coming into the system because of the more and more renewable energy and storage, they are based through analysis, and this is actually transforming our whole power system and making it more and more flexible to meet our future demand. So this more and more variable energy integration in the electricity business, we can see that what is happening in the by the different shares in the total generation. So you can see that the what is the share of the wind, solar, and variable energy in the variable energy. So we can conclude from seeing these reports and diagram for renewable energy electricity integrate generation by different sources to the total generation that wind and solar power generation have increased rapidly in recent years, and together accounting for 5% of the total electricity generation in 2070, and continue to grow towards India's 2022 target. So as we all know that we have fixed up a great target by 2022, and so that we have to have very cautious and we have to introduce flexibility so that India can accommodate the goal, which is a very, very ambitious goal of more and more renewable energy and more penetration of renewable energy into the grid. So India has the 8th lowest share of renewable energy in electricity generation in the IEA comparison countries, and with the potential of integrating more wind and solar. So if you presently, if you see what is the pattern of the electricity generation from variable renewable energy sources as a percentage of all generation, India and IEA member countries, then you can say that we are actually not very significant as compared to other IEA country. But with this total ambitious aim, we can be very, very improved in this scenario. Another scenario, which is a very, very important scenario for renewable energy, is to know that what is the electricity generation from VRE as a percentage of all generation in the VRE rich Indian state. So first we have seen that what is where do we stand internationally in the IEA member country, and now we want to see how and where our different states are standing. So as I have already mentioned that the 5 states are having a lot of contribution in the renewable energy. So we would like to see that what is the electricity generation from VRE as a percentage of all generation in the VRE rich state. So the green color is showing the wind and the yellow color is showing the solar. So you can see that what is the share of wind and solar to the total installed capacity in the different state. So the dot which is shown is showing the total electricity generation by the state and what is the share of the wind and solar, because wind and solar are the 2 main contributor in renewable energy in India. So we are basically concerned about them. So you can see that where Karnataka stands and where Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, and all Gujarat and other states which are known as a very rich Indian states stands. So when we are as of now we understood that the major challenge, we know that RE is very important. We have to go for RE because we want to take care of our environmental concern. We want to take care of energy security. But the major technological issues which this is posing is the integration. So key characteristics and challenges in the different phases of system integration of VRE are divided into 6 phases. So very first stage is that phase 1 where VRE has no noticeable impact on the system. So the VRE, variable renewable energy share, is very, very small, and they are in the pocket of distributed generation. They are not having major impact in the grid. So that was the first scenario. So we not to bother about that. If you go to the second characteristics and challenges, in the second phase, then the second phase denote that VRE has a minor to moderate impact on the system operation. So the VRE has a minor impact, moderate impact on the in the phase two. So in this way, in the phase two, we are looking for, when we are moving from one to second phase, then we would like to change minor changes to operating pattern of the existing system. When VRE is not doing any impact, we need not to do any change. But when we are moving from phase one to phase two, where we are expecting that this VRE is going to have a minor or moderate impact on the power system operation, then we are seeing that the pattern we need to change. So we need to take care of some parameter of the existing system, so that the existing system can incorporate and have an operating pattern to take care of the minor or moderate impact of the VRE integration into the grid. The third phase is that where the VRE generation determines the operation pattern of the system. So we have to move from phase two to phase two, phase two to three, and then we have to see what are the greater viability of net load and changes in the power system flow pattern. And similarly, we can go for more phase four, where the system experience periods, where VRE is making up almost all generation, like the case of a Germany, where the Germany has operated, the whole grid was operated on the renewable energy mode. So that is the phase four for Germany, where the system experience period, where VRE makes up almost all generation. So growing amount of VRE set up in the phase 5, and the phase 6 is seasonal or inner annual surplus of deficit of VRE supply. So accordingly, when we are moving for transition from phase 1 to phase 6, accordingly we have to do transition to the grid system, and we have to take care of the challenges, transitional challenges which are there in the grid, and we need to take care of that. So the key characteristics and challenges are there for different phase implementation of the VRE. So basically, I have discussed this, that what will happen in the phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, and phase 4. I have cleared that, and you can further refer that. So the phase 4 is phase 6 is a very, very important, because in this phase, we have reached that there is no remaining obstacle to achieve even higher share of VRE. And because this is meeting our demand during the period of low wind and sun availability, as well as we are applying uses that cannot be easily rectified. So this phase can thus be characterized by the potential need for seasonable storage and use of another synthetic fuels for the operation. So we are going to integrate larger share of VRE, which are required for the system transformation in future. So there are various action we need to take care or we need to take when we are integrating VRE into the system, and there are many actions which are targeted for the overall system. So when we are doing the system friendly VRE deployment, so the actions which we need to take care of the services which are provided by the 24/7 system services, and we need to identify the technology mix, our location, our integrated planning. So all are the action which are targeting for VRE when we are going towards the system friendly VRE deployment. So if you want to see and understand the integrating larger share of VRE, this requires system transformation. So in the future, we need to see that how our system are transforming, and so that we can accommodate more flexible resources into the planning and investment. So our conventional grid, which are shown like this, are going to change in the future, and we have to take care of the various action which are targeting for the overall system and market operation. So one hand we need to improve our system for the system integration of VRE. On the other hand, we need to take care of the market mechanism. We need to design various market operations which are facilitating the system operation of the VRE. So as far as India is concerned, what we are doing as a structure of power system operation. So we in India, we are having National Load Dispatch Center, which are under the Government of India control, and they are actually, this National Load Dispatch Center is coordinating the operation of inter-regional transmission grid, which are in turn coordinated by the 5 regional grid. So we are having in India one National Load Dispatch Center, and under this National Load Dispatch Center, we are having 5 regional load dispatch center. And as the name indicates, we are having northern, southern, eastern, northeast, and ranges of the load dispatch center. So all these 5 regional load dispatch center works with the guidance and cooperation with the National Load Dispatch Center, because you know that whenever we are transferring electricity, and it's a technical things, we need to take care of many grid codes, we need to take care of many parameters so that the system will operate efficiently and stably. And under this after National Load Dispatch Center, Regional Load Dispatch Center, and then we are having, every state is having a State Load Dispatch Center. 1 second, please. Sorry for the disturbance, actually. In the online classes this happens, and unfortunately it's always one way of communication where I am speaking, and I don't know how many of you are following, because if you want to ask any question, you're free to ask and interrupt in between. If I'm very fast, you can interrupt me, and if you have any query also, you can write to chat box. I would like to answer your queries. So in the chat box, there is no query right until now. Okay. So Arvind, am I audible?
Yeah, quite audible.
Okay. So I was discussing that what is the structure of the power system operation, and with the state load dispatch center, and in this we are also having a state transmission grid, and everywhere in the world actually the grid is developed in such a way that it should be independent, not profit making entity. So who can work as a non-profit making entity? Only government can work as a non-profit making entity, and they are actually, because we want that all these because we